Well, here I am again, back at Warrina Street Oval. A lovely little oval in the suburb where I live, a place where children come and play. But it's also a place where, let's just say, some locals, they like to make a mess. I'm carrying a McCafe, I better put that down first before I take a look around. Okay, well, this table looks, well, fairly clean. There is a little bit of rubbish left over from, it looks like some alcoholic beverages. That's the packaging around it. And I think there's a bit of new graffiti which has been put on this table. At least I'm not seeing any smashed glass around like I saw last time I was down here. On this first table I might just take a bit of a look around the roof area, see what's going on. Well, I can see people have been up here tagging. I can also see stuff written along the timber there, which you don't really see that easily down on the deck. I can also see there's a can there. I wonder what that's doing up here. I might just try and get this out of here. It feels empty, there's nothing in that one. I'll just flick it down to the ground. And looking along here further, I can see something a little bit strange. What's this here? Looks like a piece of a garden hose. That's a bit of a strange thing to find. We might have to deal with that, and we'll just flick that onto the ground as well, hey? Often there's stuff stacked up here, nice little hidey hole, but both sides are clear. But I've seen something of nature over there. I wonder what that is. It's quite big, it looks quite mysterious. The other thing that's up here is a stack of spider activity and spider nests, and I don't really want to get caught up with that. So that table's not too bad, but I tell you what, the next table paints a bit of a different picture, and I'm going to have to cover up something on this table before we take a closer look. Maybe I can use a Corona Extra packaging to cover up a modified bottle there. To me, this is playing out like a Frozen moment, and I remember seeing something like that at the soccer club a few weeks back. I'm also noticing there's a chair there with a jacket and also a cap on the ground. There's a real mixed bag of items on the table here. Very strange party, and when I see the aerosol can there and the vape, that's like a fingerprint to me who has been down here. And just tracking along further, we see some more drinks that have not been drunk. Yes, paints a very interesting picture of last night's activities. It started to rain here, and last night was a very wintry night. It was a lot of rain, it's been very cold, and it's really the last place you want to be at night would be down here. There are bins here, and sometimes bins will tell you a story of what's been going on. Okay, well, we can see what goes on at this park by what's in the bins, and I'll just open up this red one here. Okay, got a feel for what goes on down here? Well, the Sherlock Holmes inside of me's saying this. Well, the bins are right here. They are right near the table where this stuff has been left, and I'm sort of thinking that surely they're not that messy. They're not going to tidy up after themselves. I've got a feeling they've made a run for it at some time last night. If I stand on the other side, you'll see where the bins are versus the mess on the table. Yeah, why didn't they clean up after themselves? Last time I was at this oval, there was this wonderful local mum who turned up to clean up the mess and all the broken glass. I'm pretty sure she's from America, going by her accent, and she had some wonderful words of wisdom about this style of mess. Maybe let's hear her message again. I've just come back to the park, and there is a lovely local mum, and she's the person cleaning up this big mess. And as I said before, it's the local people having to clean up this mess, and I think everyone here is sick and tired of seeing this repeated activity, and she's doing a wonderful job there. And look down there, all the mess that has been picked up by the locals here.
Okay, so my idea is that this is all right as long as they come back at 5 a.m. the next morning and clean it all up for us so we can still use the park. Yeah,
so it's not rocket science. If the stuff was put in the bin, problem solved, and I wouldn't be down here making another stupid video. The rain's really starting to set in. I wonder if the weather's going to stop the local teens from having parties like this. Let me just have a quick walk around the perimeter to see what else is around. I see a few things over by the fence there. Yes, I don't quite understand why they gravitate towards the edges here. Okay, well maybe it's like a drop-off zone thing. A carton to alcoholic beverages there. In fact, there's another one over there. This is very curious, isn't it? And this is a perimeter here of the park. It's got a kindergarten next door. There's more litter along here, stuff that's related to drinking. There's more there. In fact, there's a bottle there which hasn't been finished off. That's on the kindergarten side of the fence. It all paints a picture of what goes on, doesn't it? It tells you where people are lurking about at night. And I'll just track on a bit further. Maybe I'll find something or maybe I won't. This area here, right next to the playground of the kindergarten, is where I found, last time I was here, some cases that were related to alcoholic beverages, but this time round, it looks clear. And what is really disappointing about this activity is remembering this is a children's playground, so if any children were going to come down here today, mind you, it's not a very nice day, look what they're confronted with. You know, stuff you just don't want children to see or be near, and this is happening all the time. As I was leaving, a local resident came down and had a chat to me, curious to see what I was up to, and I told them what I was doing. They informed me that they called the police after hearing a disturbance in the park at 7:20 last night. Now it's dark by then, and they felt like the police never turned up, although I could make an argument, and I feel the police have turned up because I believe I found what I call a frozen moment in the park. Now this lady, and like the lady the other week, and many other residents in the suburb are asking, when is this going to stop? Nothing seems to put any fear into the local hoodlums who are wrecking the suburb, and maybe one day there'll be an end to this. But from what I can see going on over the last months during the virus times, nothing seems to curb this very strange and radical behaviour. Let's read the park rules, because I've got some people saying to me, but Leo, these people aren't breaking many rules. Well, let's see how many they're breaking. Okay, first one's no fires. Haven't seen any fires at this park yet. No camping. It says no littering. Well, they're breaking that rule. No damage to the park facilities. They're breaking that rule. I haven't seen them doing any golfing or archery yet. That may come in future weeks. No unauthorised vehicles. Well, they're still on their skateboards and bikes. No animals except leash dogs. It says no smoking. Well, they're breaking that rule as well. Moving on to the more boring rules. Well, you can't sell anything. No hawking in the park. No activities which may interfere the comfort, convenience or safety of the public. Well, they're breaking that rule. No use or sale of alcohol. Well, they're breaking that rule as well. No entering or remaining in the park in an intoxicated state. I'd have to breathalyse them to understand if they're intoxicated, so there's a loophole there. No offensive or disorderly behaviour. Well, that's a 50-50 one there. No meeting, public addresses, performances, blah, blah, blah. They're not doing any of that. Next one's no interfering with flora, fauna, infrastructure, or other landscape features. Or maybe we can pass on that one. No dogs within 10 metres of the barbecue, picnic tables and play equipment. Well, who's going to enforce that one? Maybe the main one they break, it's littering, and also no activities which may interfere with the comfort, convenience, or safety of the public. I think they're the two which are really getting hammered. The next evening was a very wintry and foggy night. It was also a night where local hoodlums would grab a stack of tyres from the local public school and roll it down a hill until it hit something, and this time round they got a resident's car, but this style of activity has been going on for weeks. It's no surprise about these tyres. But down at the park there was another style of action, and maybe we've hit a pivotal moment in what's been going on around the suburb. This is the next morning. I'm back down at Warrina Street Oval. It's foggy, it's cold, it's the middle of winter, and it was a very, very foggy night last night. The fog rolled in very early. I had a flurry of messages on my phone related to activity that was going on down here, and it wasn't pretty what I was reading. Lots of police activity, also an ambulance involved, and maybe we've hit a very important moment in the revelation of what's been going on around the suburb. Maybe that's the best way I could say this. I don't want to go into too many details, but I could see this moment happening. To me, it was like a train wreck, and I couldn't keep my eyes off it, and that's what the Messhunting videos were all about. I'm just taking a look at on top of the barbecue here. Some very strange fluid there, but overall it looks fairly clean. And maybe this next table has the most to say about what was happening here last night. And you often hear me talking about frozen moments, and I think I've caught an absolute classic frozen moment right here. I'm pretty sure everything you see on camera there, it's fine to show onto YouTube. There's a Vicks inhaler there, that's the white thing. And somebody's bag of chips has only just been opened. And that's a fair bit tamer versus what I saw here yesterday morning. So now we have the event that cannot be ignored. Many people in the suburb saw this day coming, and the activity here last night, many people would not be surprised at what went down. Now, the person who cleaned up yesterday's mess was a local council ranger, a very nice person, and he detailed to me the huge problems they've been having across the council area at many other parks, and it's the exact same sort of problems. And I'm sure people who watch the Mess Hunter videos can detail the same sort of things that have been going on, especially during 2020. Yes, well, I suppose I better finish on something nice. And as I've been babbling away in the park here, look who has popped up. Mr. Sun. Now that is a glorious thing to look at in the morning. What do you think happened at Warrina Street Oval the next weekend? Do you think it would be clean, or do you think there'll be a mess? Well, a picture tells 1,000 words. The same old mess. The barbecue area, I'm not sure what they were putting on the barbecue, but it looks like they heat up the barbecue to get warmth there at night. Remembering someone's got to clean up this mess, I have to cover up the modified Gatorade bottles, but it's very disappointing to see that, considering there was police action here the week before, nothing has changed. Now, the dog park picnic area is still suffering the same fate. There was a massive party there near the end of the school holidays. So it seems the local hoodlums have just slated 2020 as the park party year. Let's have a party in the park and always leave a big mess behind for others to clean up. The next Mess Hunter video, it's a very interesting one because the soccer club has all of its tags removed and it was all clean and tidy and repainted. But how long do you think it remained tag-free? Was it a day? Was it a week? Was it a few hours? Please let me know. But I'll tell you what, when we take a look at the next Mess Hunter video, you'll find out. And at the soccer club, I've also found another school bag which could be stolen or dumped. But what was very interesting is what was inside that bag. And that will be seen in the next Mess Hunter video. We seem to be living in some very, very strange times during 2020.
Why do you keep wrecking the place?